All right, so we're going to highlight profile Jamien Sherwood, safety from Auburn, entering into the 2021 NFL Draft. Deshaun Davis, former Auburn linebacker, here to break this thing down. He knows Jamien pretty well. He knows these Auburn guys really well because, he hangs out. He goes back to the facility, spends a lot of time with them. Apparently, he Snapchats with them because, that's like the cool thing to do, right?
They're my guys, man. That's still my bros.
I know they steal your buddies, and of course, you guys are doing big things. Of course, Deshaun doing his thing with the Rough Riders, the Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
Yes, ma'am.
So you got some big stuff coming up that we'll get into a little bit later on. But hey, Jamien Sherwood, safety from Auburn. He's a junior, 6'2", 220, big, explosive, physical guy. What do you like about Jamien Sherwood, and how does he feel? What kind of role do you think he fills at the next level?
When I think about Jamie, and I kind of this to a lot of people is going to be really, really far stretched. But when I look at his game, I think about Isaiah Simmons. And when I say that, is because he's that big body guy that can play safety. He's athletic enough that can play safety, but he's physical enough to get in the box and play linebacker. So that rover type of ability, to me, his best game, ability-wise, showing his ability-wise, was I think 2019 when they played LSU, the year that LSU won the championship. And I think he had like 12 tackles that game, but he was that role. If you wonder what I'm talking about, go watch that game and you can see his ability to flourish a lot of it.
Yeah, and he's a guy you see, and if I'm recalling the right game, obviously the year, as you said, LSU won 2019. It's hard to think back that far because I think we've been stuck in this sort of continuum of 2020.
Yeah.
He attacks the football, he gets after it, he attacks the ball carriers. Now, he lacks some of that speed, but I do think that he's got some of those playmaking abilities, especially on special teams. And, that versatility is a big upside for him. We talk about versatility. You've talked about how it's so important to have that versatility because you can be a Swiss Army knife, you can be a weapon. Let me ask you this. Do you see him, potentially switching roles in the NFL, possibly making the switch to a linebacker position? Or do you think that strong safety position is going to be more his niche in the NFL?
It just depends on where that organization needs him, honestly. I honestly think he would be better suited off as a linebacker. And I say that because he gets the advantage going into that room by already being on the back end and playing in the secondary. The league now it's a passing league. You got to be able to get off the spot, run left, run right, cover tight ends, cover running backs out the backfield. By him even covering receivers, that makes that even more easy for him. So I think him going down, taking that step down and going to the linebacker, I actually think he puts some longevity on his career.
All right, and his length obviously making him a great tackler. He plays really smart guy. Plays smart. Yeah. What else do you think stands out about Jamien that you think translates well on the field and off the field?
He's a really smart guy. A lot of people may not know that about him. I don't think a lot of people boast about it, but being a guy that played with him, even the younger Jamien Sherwood, he was a guy that picked up the system really well. He was a good communicator on the field. And like you say, he's the guy that come and cap that defense off whenever anything spitted in our defense. But I really, really like Jamien as a draft prospect. Like you say, he's not going to be a guy that wow you with his speed, but he's a guy that you turn on the film and you just say he's a football player.
Download the Milo's mobile app today and receive a free cheeseburger after your first purchase.